Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Josh Allen, Frank Gore, John Brown, who's stopping us? Trey Edmonds, Ed Oliver, Jerry Hughes, who blocking us? I don't see nobody stopping us. Number one, no one on top of us. What they gonna do when Matt Milano coming with the blitz off the edge? Don't you throw it in the air, cause Trey White and Micah Hyde will intercept. Star a lot of Louis double team, now the team getting easy sacks. Jerry Hughes with the double moves, coming straight for the quarterback. Take him down, take him down. McDermott clapping on the sidelines, and the crowd going crazy. Mafia, it's all time. Josh Allen, it's your time. It's the Mafia, yeah. Sunday, one Bills Drive. Mafia, where you at? Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. 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 It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. It's the Buffalo Bills, ayy. Buffalo, 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 it's the Mafia. Josh Allen, Frank Gore, John Brown, who's stopping us? Jordan Poyer, Trey Day, Rizzo, who blocking us? I don't see nobody stopping us. Number one, no one on top of us. Mitch Moore snapped to Josh Allen, looking down the field, see no one open, so he scrambled right. He sees somebody open, but he off balance, so he gotta be focused. Dawkins with the block, Allen with the shot, 70 yards. Will it be caught? Zay Jones or Cole Beasley? Down the field, past the whole roster, that's Robert Foster, make it so easy. Touchdown, new era field rocking every Sunday. Got a hangover on every Monday. House money kicking, you know we winning. Josh Allen passing, who gon' pass?
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy. I'm your host, Draper J, a.k.a. Brother Ballhead, a.k.a. The Mustache Menace, a.k.a. Mr. Brown Sipper. Put some respect on that last one. And I'm back like Steven at Hairline. I'm here, and I'm joined by two special guests, my teammates. First in, my guy, A. Rich, what it do? From Built in Buffalo, excuse me. Built in Buffalo, all about the business, all family.
Same thing. Hey, Rich, Akeem Richins. If you don't know me by now, get to know me. This is all about the Bills. I'm with my brother Draper J. What's going on?
Most
Mr.
definitely.
Brown Sipper himself.
You know the deal, you know the spiel. Let me get my guy Iron Mike in here. My guy, hey, this is the bodyguard of Built in Buffalo. Now, if we do a tailgate or something like that, hey, you come in there wrong now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get through Iron Mike. Hey, Mike, get him out of here. Get him out of here. So how y'all guys doing?
What's up, y'all?
So how y'all guys doing, man? I hope y'all get through y'all day, no obstacle, no disruption.
Just checking. I've been checking the phone, driving, everything. I got to stay with this phone, so seeing what Bean got going on.
Free agency's been crazy. Yep, free agency's been crazy. That tampering period is underway. Even though it starts Wednesday, it really starts today, right? So it's definitely a lot of phone watching.
Yeah, it's almost like Christmas Eve a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You know Santa's out there, but I just want to see what he gonna bring. You know what I'm saying? Come Wednesday when the league year actually opens up. So now let's jump right into our first topic. Of course, is the elephant in the room. All right, Matt Milano reaction. All right, now I'll give y'all my first reaction. I'll throw it to one of you guys, then the other one will come back around. All right, my first initial reaction when it came to Matt Milano, I thought it was gonna be like another Jarius Bird situation. You know what I'm saying? Somebody we draft at a later round that I didn't think that may pop off the page or whatever, didn't really just jump, or a first round talent, and actually we developed them. And then they develop into a Pro Bowl type player. Then we're gonna end up letting them walk. Then you get into what Brandon Beane even said. Brandon Beane was talking about, well, he's earned the right to enter free agency, blah blah blah. And I was thinking, okay, I already had my mindset, he gone. But we get around to the day he signs. Then I looked at the contract like, damn, this is still. But automatically in my mind, I'm like, damn, okay. Darrell Williams, he gone. He got to be gone, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, okay, we can't sign both of them. You know what I'm saying? But now I think, okay, from what the production we get for the price, he's kind of like the Micah Hyde signing. And I even said it on one of my shows before, that he's kind of like a guy that on their best day, they play like a Pro Bowl player. On their worst day, it's like a complimentary piece, if not a solid player. Now I'm gonna get you guys reaction on that. I'm gonna go with you, Iron Mike. What did you think when you first initially heard that we re-signed Matt Milano?
I was just checking the money. That's all it was about to me. Did I want Matt Milano on this team? Hell yes. Did I want him at a certain cost? No. But being hit that line where I was like, you know what? He can play there, and now he looked like a Hall of Fame player at that cost to me.
yeah. I mean, because like when I looked at the numbers, I'm like, okay, Ben, I see what you're doing. Okay, I see you. I was like, I was thinking like, because on Spot Track seems like it's the outlier, but it kind of fools you too. I was looking at that number like 12 mil a year. I was thinking, I won't be comfortable with that number, but I found out a real number that that was I was more comfortable. I felt like, okay, cool, I'm with that.
Yeah.
You got some more on that, Mike?
Nah, I'm just happy that he's on our team because the only thing about Matt Milano that I would like is I need him to go one way or the other. For me, I want to see him either get a little bit bigger and hit those run gaps just a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Or get a little bit smaller and say, you know what, Kelsey, I got you.
Yeah.
Manu, I got you.
Yeah.
I think at his weight right now, I get to have a tweener, but now he is not getting tweener money. So
I like it. And just like Mike said, it was all about the number, right? When we think of Trent Murphy, why do fans hate Trent Murphy so much? It's not the fact that he's a bad player. We just don't like the player with the amount of money that is
it's the amount of cash that he getting.
It's the amount of cash. So it's like, damn, $10 million for Trent Murphy. He's not a bad player, but the production doesn't match the money. So coming to Matt Milano, 4 years, $44 million, I think it's a hell of a deal for one of the better linebackers in this NFL. Homegrown from the Buffalo Bills. It's not like back in the day with Stephon Gilmore and Robert Woods, where we draft them and we knew they was going to do their time and leave once free agency came, right? Once their opportunity came. Matt Milano wants to be in Buffalo. Matt Milano wants to continue and finish what he started at Buffalo. So to get him at this number, Brandon Beane alluded to it. We have to keep good football players. We have to keep good football players, and Matt Milano is a good one. And for that price tag, I think it's an incredible deal. I do think we still have to figure out a way to cover tight ends, right? We still have to improve somehow, whether it's linebacker or safety. We still have to upgrade covering the tight ends because the tight ends beat us a lot, even with Matt Milano on the team. But I believe Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott will figure that out. And ultimately, this is an exceptional deal for Matt Milano and the Buffalo Bills.
Most definitely. Like you said, I wanted Matt Milano back, just to piggyback on what you just said, Rich. It's like he's not a terrible player, but at that price that they was asked for, maybe on Spot Track, I wasn't comfortable with that. But now the number that I saw, the cap hit that I saw, is it like 7 million cap hit or so? Something like that?
Something like that, yep.
Yeah.
I don't have the exact number on me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have the exact number, appreciate it. But but like that number right there, okay, cool. I can deal with that. We get Matt Milano back, you know what I'm saying? Then we can kind of build around them inside of the draft. Let me check out these couple comments I got right quick. Got my girl Brooke here. What's up? What's going on, sis? Appreciate you checking in. What up? Yeah. I'm gonna have her on in a minute. We're gonna get Brooke on. That's what I'm talking about.
Most definitely.
Yeah, we're gonna get Brooke on. All right, now. What we gonna say something, Iron Mike?
I'm waiting to see that Brooke GM3 showdown. I want to see it. You ready?
Yeah, hey, that would be something to watch, though. That would be, hey, like I said, we are not going to agree. We're going to agree to disagree but with disagreements comes good dialogue. Good disagreements create great dialogue. All right, now, let me move over to the next one. All right, now, I think I'm going to give this one to you first, Rich. The John Brown, Quentin Jefferson, now I go down Iron Mike, now I come back to myself. What was your first reaction with the John Brown, Quentin Jefferson release?
Wasn't surprised. When these two gentlemen was released, I wasn't surprised because at the end of the day, we have to get better. We lost in the AFC Championship. We still have to get over that hump, and we have to try to find ways to get better. And when you don't have the money, you have to make tough decisions. And John Brown, Quentin Jefferson was a part of those tough decisions. They was getting paid a contract that didn't match their production. So I'm not surprised that either of these guys was released. I am a little surprised that we kept Vernon Butler over a Quentin Jefferson. That was a little surprising, but when you dig deeper and you dig deeper into history, you understand why as well, right? Vernon Butler is a Carolina Panther along with Sean McDermott, along with Brandon Beane. So I understand the entire thought process now that I fully thought about it, and I'm not surprised at these guys releasing whatsoever.
All right, Mike, give me your reaction. John Brown release, Quentin Jefferson release.
The day before John Brown got released, I went back and I was watching the early part of the season and remember how good he was doing. And then he was injured and he came back and he was just never right. Like he did not seem to have that pop that he had. He wasn't beating people off the line. He was still getting some out catches and whatever.
You can tell he was still kind of hampering that injury.
Yeah. And so the way I look at it, you can get a John Brown in the draft. So, I mean, he doesn't even have to be the way these receivers are coming out now. They're coming out more of everything. They can jump. They're acrobats. They have just enough speed. You don't need to be 4.3 speed. But a lot of them that can do these things now are like once you get to the 4.44 to 4.5, then you start seeing these guys who are quick enough, who can return kicks. I mean, John Brown can't do that, and he would be broke up if he did it. Andre Roberts couldn't catch. So like that duo right there was just too much receivers for, and you gotta think that's $15 million between them. You know, when you can go get a rookie, get that production, and now you have cleared some space for some other needs that we had. Like I was sad about John Brown, but in the end, I think like a GM sometime when it comes to, if somebody can do what you do a little bit better and your price start to escalate, you got to go.
Yep.
Jefferson was just, once again, he's a tweener. And sometimes it's not about, and I say this sometimes because you do need people who are jack of all trades, but he wasn't close to being at the top level of each position. He wasn't great on the end, and he wasn't great on the interior. They ran on us all year. So if we were in there and they ran on us all year, we need the chance, if you are going to cost us money, to find someone else who can do it. They may not do it better than you, but we already know you did not do it.
Right.
And so they probably had a conversation with Beane, and Beane said either restructure or go. And his relationship with Vernon Butler allowed Vernon to sit back and say, you know what, I'll restructure. And Quentin just didn't have that relationship. He was like, man, you know what, it's still Buffalo probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, I mean, my initial reaction, like even I looked all over Bill's Twitter. You know, Bill's Twitter is like one of the livest places on earth as far as social media. And people were acting like they were just really shocked that we let go of John Brown. I mean, it's the NFL. What we got a saying, it's not for long. You know, I said, what have you done for us recently? Not what have you done for us like in the past. So he's reaching 30, 31 years of age. Can't stay healthy. That's kind of like an outlier, or if I can find the right term, that if you're getting up in age and you're starting to not be able to be healthy, availability is the best ability. You know what I'm talking about? So if you can't stay on the field, Josh is at that point to where he's already kind of able to, he has the number one in digs, and he seems like he's able almost getting to that point where he's making other receivers better. So they were probably looking like, okay, all right, John Brown, you've done so much in Josh's development, but hey, if you're not willing to take a pay cut, XYZ or whatever, we'll have to part ways. And the same thing with Quentin Jefferson. I think I think they probably, to me, I think this is just me. I think they off Quentin Jefferson in that same situation. Like, look, all right, we're gonna come to you like we came to Vernon. You know what I'm saying? Take that pay cut so we can sign XYZ amount of players in free agency, maybe sign a few of our own. And Quentin Jefferson probably like, no, I ain't taking no cut like that. To me, Quentin Jefferson needs to be ashamed of himself. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look what you're missing over here, man. I mean, because he's not gonna get top dollar money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like not a lot of other names out there that are very, very serviceable names going to be at his position. There's going to be out there, first wave, second wave, third wave. He might still be sitting there around by the third wave situation. But, that's kind of my thought process on that. But like I said, with John Brown, I wasn't really even just shocked. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like everybody was shocked. I knew it was coming. You know what I mean? We got Steph Diggs, we got Smoke. You went on the field, the offense didn't stop. If it would be different if we could have seen like a real major drop off in that number 2 spot. They did things to implement like the number 2 receiver, like Cole Beasley out of the slot. Gabe Davis, he was like third, fourth option. You know what I'm saying? They did things to kind of implement, you know what I'm saying, what we were probably missing as far as their production. All right. Let me take a pause for the call. Oh, go ahead, Mike.
We carried 4 injured wide receivers into that AFC championship game. Diggs had the obliques a little bit. Then you had Cole Beasley with the bad leg. John Brown just was never right again, and Gabe Davis had injured himself. So you got to think like we had to get younger there. We had to get a little more spry. And Cole Beasley showed that he was fight through his the nature of Cole Beasley is not predicated on speed, so you can get away with it a little more than if John Brown is injured. John Brown injures a finger and he can't freaking fly down the field with them hands. He can't play as well. So, he's up there where he can be injured more.
And let's not forget, at the end of the day, like Draper said, it's not what you did for me lately, is what you do for me recently, right? And the AFC Championship game, John Brown didn't show up.
Nope.
John Brown did not show up. He was getting played one-on-one coverage, and he didn't get the opportunity for the opposite team, which is the Kansas City Chiefs, to feel his speed presence. So when you have that, and you're getting paid $10 million, and then now I'm getting more memory serve me right. Houston Texans playoff game, you should have had your foot in bounce. You should have had your foot in bounce. You get paid.
And those are the ones he catch. You know what I'm saying? Even during that season, he had a bunch of toe drag squares this season. I don't know what was up with that one.
You getting paid like a number 1 receiver. You get paid $10 million. You have to catch that against the Houston Texans in the playoffs. If you catch that, the outlook of that game is a lot different. And I remember that playoff game, and then I remember Kansas City where he didn't show up either. So 2 playoff games of significance. John Brown didn't show up, and he's getting paid close to $10 million. If I'm paying somebody $10 million, I need my skill position player to show up when I need him the most. And John Brown wasn't there.
Yeah, most definitely. Like you said, I mean, a lot of those games, that's why we went out and got Steph Diggs. We need somebody that can beat press coverage. I mean, John Brown being slight of build, kind of like just a burner down the field. He couldn't beat press coverage. That's why everybody, like in 19, pretty much came up and played Josh Wood in zero coverage. Everybody blitzing just man on man outside because he can't get out. We got Cole Beasley and John Brown in 19. Those guys are smaller. They can't beat press coverage. So now we got a guy in there. So then that's why I think they felt comfortable. Had this been like a regular cap situation season where the cap goes up, they probably would have tried to reconstruct or maybe work something out. But we were cap strapped. We needed money.
And that don't mean John Brown ain't finna go somewhere and play. He gonna play somewhere, but not for $9 million.
Oh no,
right.
Man. Yeah,
right.
I mean, with a lot of guys who get their contract, that big contract, and who get let go because the production wasn't there or whatever the case may be, and they get let go for a certain amount, dollar amount, they're not going to see that anywhere else. He's not going to see that $9 million a year. He's probably going to see about 6, maybe 7. Somebody may be willing to go and pay 7, but I think maybe about 6 or maybe 5 or so. Maybe it's somebody who's maybe a championship contention who just needs a good number 2 to that number 1. All right, now let me move along over to next topic. The Darrell Williams reaction. Okay, I'll give you my reaction first. Now I'll throw it to you, Iron Mike. Now I go to A Rich. All right, so like I said, I thought at first when we signed Milano, okay, Darryl Williams gone. All right, let's pick back up on that. So, but then I saw the contract. I was like, okay, Bean, I see you working your magic. I liked it. Okay, okay, cool. I'm liking it. But then I was thinking, okay, Feliciano, he got to be gone. So I'm thinking like the best thing I think we might need to do, just kind of sit back, wait on free agency, let that first wave clear, because there's gonna be a lot of serviceable good names out there in different positions. Like maybe we could probably need like what O-line, D-line, and cornerback too. It's gonna be a lot of decent little serviceable names around that second, maybe third wave status. So let me get y'all. That was my initial thoughts. Let me get your thoughts, Iron Mike. What did you think about when you came back after fresh out the Matt Milano signing? Now here we come with the Darryl Williams. What do you think?
I needed to see that one right there. I needed to see that. Like, if you're gonna go put that money towards Milano, I was like, you better have had a plan for Williams, because Williams has showed, like, what was the guy's name that we gave or got from the Chicago Bears? Remember, he was a turnstile. Jermaine something, or at
I talking about Cyril, not Jeremiah Cyril. Cyril, what's his name, hey Rich?
I think it's O-lineman?
Yeah, was it O-lineman?
I think so.
Yeah.
The tackle we had a little bit prior to what we got now. And I remember just, man, Fitzpatrick ain't gonna have no time to throw any ball. I never thought that with this year. Like it wasn't perfect protection, but it was enough protection that it would allow Josh to either get out right or get out up into the pocket, or scoot off up the middle, or throw the ball. Like, it was sort of planned, like he could plan what he was gonna do. And I didn't want to go through that experiment of having a turnstile tackle. So, and I know what Mike Williams did last year. And when he jumped on that fumble in the Kansas City, or no, that wasn't the Kansas City game. That was the game before that, right? Where he jumped.
I think.
Yeah. Baltimore.
Yeah, when he saved that dang fumble, I was like, whatever he won't, pay that man.
Yeah, I think that was the Ravens game. Yep.
Yeah, he saved us. Like, a lot of rhyme in that ball with a squirt.
He did a hell of a job with that. Yep.
And I just was like, at tackle, that's a big guessing game to go out there and guess, not test the market, guess the market. I don't feel like going through that.
Right.
Yeah.
And nice assessment. Hey, man. When we signed Darryl Williams, my first reaction was, where are we getting this money from? You
weren't by yourself.
We supposedly did not have money, and we're signing a lot of guys that a lot of us Buffalo Bills fans didn't think we could sign. And I'm like, shit, I just want Brandon Beane to go grocery shopping with me. I spent $370. I spent $370 on groceries, and I don't have shit in my fridge. So I just want Brandon Beane to go grocery shopping with me, because he does a great job stretching his money. Right. And that's what I think about this whole Darryl Williams situation, along with Matt Milano and John Feliciano. These was just excellent bargain deal signings. And I think we have two of the better booking tackles in this NFL. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Right. Tackles are not easy to come by. It's not something like a running back position where you could just plug and play and everything be fine. If you have a good tackle, if you have an above average tackle, you want to do your job to keep him in the facility, because that's going to keep your offensive line intact, and that's going to keep your quarterback happy. We see what Russell Wilson is going through in Seattle. Russell Wilson might be out of Seattle because of his frustrations of getting hit all the time. So when you see that, and when you see a guy like Darryl Williams get re-signed, it puts a smile on the Buffalo Bills fan base's face. And I just love the signing. 28 years old, 3 years, $28 million. This man is still in his prime of his career. Beautiful signing. Brandon Beane, go grocery shopping with me, baby. Go grocery shopping.
I mean, because he gonna make sure he gets the most bang for the buck. You know what I'm talking about?
Of course.
But like I said, like you even alluded to, Rich, I was like, hold on, where we getting all this money from?
Right.
But then I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at the contracts. Like, okay, Bane, I see you. But hey, I'm gonna ask y'all this: how does Bane get these guys to sign for these type of contracts? It has to be the culture, what we already built. It has to be that. You know what I'm saying? For guys to be like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be selfless, not selfish this year. I'm gonna take this type of money right here because we're building something. We're gonna come on back. The cap gonna blow up next year. We're gonna get paid because he already said it to wait. You know, he raises up. But even still, I'm looking at these contracts. They're still like below the market average for their position. So, like I said, culture does everything. You got something on there, Iron Mike?
Yeah, those are hunger contracts. You don't get to damn near the top of the ladder and then say, oh, I don't want to come back and try for that when it was right there. You know what I'm saying? You got one more rung on that ladder and you could have been facing Tom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, 4 quarters away.
They don't want to go and redo.
And what happens, right? Even in let's think about our everyday life for a second, right? What happens at our job? We know our job. We don't like our job because of the job per se. We don't like our job because of the people, right? It's the people. It's the people that make you that make you like or dislike your job. Like, boy, this dude Tommy he say something to me today. Me and Tommy gonna go off.
But you want to do that right now.
But when you're working with good people, right? And then when you're working with good people, they make up a good culture. And when you make up a good culture, you want to stay. You want to stay. Like, I get treated right over here. These people treat me right. And in return, I want to treat these people right, because if I go over here, I don't know if the grass is greener on the other side. So I know the grass is greener on this side. So I'm gonna
you already know the color, the hue of the grass on this side. They might have sprayed their grass on this side.
Right. So exactly. So I'm gonna take a few $1 million less, and because I know myself as a person, I'm gonna make that up in the incentives anyway. So I'm gonna stay over here in Buffalo where the grass is greener on this side.
Most definitely. Let me take a pause for the call. If you're checking me out, if you're checking us out, all about the Bills, on with my teammates, Rich, Iron Mike. If you're checking me out over on Facebook, please hit that like button and share a like. Tell a friend that AATB, hashtag AATB is in. Let's make this thing trend. If you're checking me out over there on YouTube, you're checking us out over on YouTube, you like the content I'm bringing, you're rocking with us, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. People's elbow that notification bell so you stay up to date on all about the Bills content. All right, let me get in this comment right quick. Got a comment from a guy, Cody Williams, and we got Hodges on deck, who was projected to be better than Davis. All right, I'm gonna throw this one to you. What do you think about that, Iron Mike? You know what I'm saying? Do you think Davis could be better than Hodges could be better than Davis?
No.
Open and shut, huh? Yeah.
I like it. I mean,
hey, Rich, it's on you. What you got?
Isaiah Hodgins is, they said he had the best hands in the draft, coming out, and they said that the reason why he was drafted late as he was drafted is because of his speed. I think he has a 4.7 40 time. So we have to see what happens with Isaiah Hodgins. Isaiah Hodgins. I think he's a capable receiver. I think he's capable of coming in and possibly getting that 6th roster spot, but he's going to have to come in, compete, and earn that position. You want to earn that roster spot, because we ain't handing you shit. We're a championship team. Nothing's given. You got to earn everything is earned. Everything is earned. So if Isaiah Hodgins can earn his spot, possibly play special teams as well and be versatile, then he could work his way on the roster. But we'll definitely see what happens.
Yeah, and to piggyback off that, like you said, you know how they love that special teams guy. Isaiah Hodgins, he's very intriguing to me. I want to see what he brings to the table. I mean, because who saw Bean grab and Gabe Davis? Big grab Gabe, what I like to call him. That late in the draft, he comes in and produces like that as a rookie. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying he can replace John Brown as the number 2. Like I said, the coverage from that 3rd, 4th spot, as far as being that option on the team, is very different when that number 2 corner's holding. Mm-hmm. But who would have saw that he would produce that much? You know what I'm saying? And I'm very intrigued to see what he saw in Isaiah Hodgins. And then who knows? Who knows? He may bring us a little bit more. I mean, and then like you said, he has to be able to at least play special teams.
Yep.
And let me move on to the minute. Oh, you got something, Mike?
Yeah, I just noticed, guys. The Jets added Corey Davis. I was super high on him coming out, but AJ Brown made him look like a baby.
Yeah,
but
AJ Brown showed Corey Davis what your career is supposed to look like.
Yeah. So maybe he'll take that with him over there with Mims. I remember Akeem put me on to Denzel Mims, and I went and watched him, and I was like, "Yo, that boy is a ball."
Yeah, he is. Now you know what I'm saying. Right system, I think he can be.
Yep.
I don't know what they maybe can do over there, but I like Mims too. Still, I mean, he's just young, but who knows?
I like Corey Davis too. I like what he did last year with Tennessee. If they could stay healthy, I don't think they could beat us. But if they could stay healthy.
I'm at that point in my fandom too. Like, bring whoever. You know what I'm saying? Bring them on. Yeah.
I don't think they can beat us, but I think if they could stay healthy, they could pose some matchup problems and they can be competitive depending on who else they bring along as the offseason unfolds.
Because there was only 5 guys to average over 15 yards a catch. Corey Davis was one of them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
nice.
You learn something new every day. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why, my guy Iron Mike, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate that.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, now, let me jump on into the next topic. All right. Feliciano manga reaction. All right. Give y'all my first reaction. And, like I said, we're going to kick it around like I normally do. All right. I think Feliciano, when I first saw it, I was like, hold on. I think Bean pulled the trigger a little bit too soon. I thought it felt like, to me, it was like a flex move. Like, Bean was like, you know what? Okay, I got you Matt Milano back. I got you Darrell Williams back. Let me show you what else I got working. You know what I'm saying? I thought like a little bit too early, but then I saw the numbers. I was like, okay, they're a little bit under. And then, what Spot Track. Like I said, Spot Track has the numbers so I think inflated compared. It's just you never know what the player wants to come back and do. And I think now watch the presser today. He is like the whole same speech throughout the whole team. Is like, I love the city, I love the organization, I love my teammates. I want to come back, build what we already have here. So, and I guess, like I said, I think I thought maybe Bean will probably be like on the bargain budget. Wait to see, maybe second wave, third wave, try to see if we can fill that position. If Feliciano's still out there, hey, go ahead, offer him a contract. But who knows? It might even been a flex move by Josh. Because like I said, Josh might have been like, you know what? Hey, if you want me to sign a contract, you want to keep me happy, give me my guys back. Give me my whole offensive line back. Now, before I get into the reaction and I kick it around each one of y'all, I'm gonna ask you this. Since we got the whole offensive line back, now, the first thing first, our running game was a situation, right? So it was one of 3 things. Either they didn't trust the line that was in place, they didn't trust the running backs, or they didn't trust, or Dable is just not calling the plays. He just want to be pass heavy. And I get it. Josh was having the MVP out of his mind season. You're going to lean on him. So now we got the offensive line back. To me, it can't be the line. So out of those last 2, is it that we don't trust the running backs in place, or is Dable not calling? I'm going to give it to you first, Rich.
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's a combination of both. I think Coach Brian Dable can do a better job scheming up running plays. I think he could do a better job, especially with predictability. I think that he was a little bit too predictable with his running game. It was either a jet sweep by McKenzie, or it was a shotgun formation and a draw from Josh Allen to Singletary or Moss. And I don't think our running backs are athletic enough to be predictable. And I don't think our offensive line is good enough to be predictable. So we have to be better with our schematics. And I think that the organization sat down, and I think Brian Dable and staff realized that. There's a reason why Devin Singletary averaged 5.1 yards per carry his rookie year. Can we get back to that? Is there some things we could do schematically to get back to that? And I think that they could. Also, we only had two running backs on game day, Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. Taiwan Jones was active, but he wasn't any impact from the running back position. I think this year the Buffalo Bills will have 3 running backs of impact on game day. Whether it's a free agent signing that running back or whether it's a running back that's picked late in the draft. Any running back would be an upgrade because we didn't have a third running back to begin with at all last year, right? So I think those are things that we can do differently in terms of a better production in the run game. Coaching schematics can be better, and I think we add a third running back on game day. I think the combination of those two would result in a uptick in our performance running the ball.
I like it. Iron Mike, what you got for
me? I think Quentin Spain was a professional football player. And Ike Butgert, I don't care, he ain't. Quentin Spain was a below average NFL running guard as far as running. But he was an elite pass protection guard. So you could do some things with him, and then if you did go to a side, you didn't have to be predictable. You know, if it wasn't, he didn't just have to be something. You know, with Ike Butker, you had, I guarantee, with the lack of off season and stuff like that, you had to tell these guys, this is what we're gonna do. This is the play we're gonna run, no matter what, right? And once them linebackers can hear them calls, they know to come down or go back. And a lot of times, once we were log jammed, they came down and they were hammers. And when you allow linebackers to play like Brandon Spikes used to, remember how bad Brandon Spikes was in pass coverage?
Downhill player.
Yep, the best thing he used to do was throw himself at the center as hard as he could, and I respected him. Why get beat in pass coverage?
Coverage, right?
You can pull up a lineman and allow someone else to get there. Linebackers were just coming too hard downhill, right? So that was nullifying Devin Singletary's contact balance because he has excellent contact balance.
Good point.
When the linebacker doesn't know what's going on. But if that linebacker's mind is made up and Devin Singletary is 205 and that linebacker is 230 and 245, I'm sorry. Only so much contact balance a 205 person can do. You know? First year we looked at Devin Singletary and we were like, and everybody knew this. First guy cannot tackle Devin Singletary. That didn't go away. You know?
Right.
There were some games we saw Moss pop up out of there. That didn't go away. It was just a continuity thing, right? And so I went back and I listened after Mitchell Schwartz got cut and the Kansas City Chiefs guys got cut. I went back and I found a clip of Mitch Morse talking about offensive line continuity when he had those guys together. And he was talking about how important that was. And so knowing that he said that, and then thinking, okay, let's at least try for some continuity in a time where some teams ain't going to be able to field that defensive talent they had because they ain't going to be able to pay them.
Right.
You know, we're getting guys that are AFC championship talented players, and we can hit them over the head in this year. Maybe next year, Feliciano may not be that guy. Ike Butker definitely ain't gonna be that guy. I'm sorry. He may be somewhere back.
I like old Ike. You hard on Ike? Ike was cool. Ike was straight. Ike was straight, man.
I think we jumped on the ship early because he had one game where it looked like if he came out the game, we couldn't run. And if he remember that game?
Yeah.
It was like, dang, Ike out and we can't run the ball. Ike come back in and we can run the ball. And now everybody was like, you know what? Ike a Hall of Fame.
Hey man, I wouldn't mind Ike back as a depth piece though. I wouldn't mind.
I wouldn't mind like Ty Second come back like it's just a depth piece. You know what I'm saying? Ty Second wasn't terrible. I think, he can come in like say somebody get hurt, win the jam. We need somebody who knows the system, could come in and play. Like I said, Ike Butker.
330 pound dude. Even if it's just him getting off the bus, being 6'8", 335 pounds, making our team look like one of, you know how when Rudy was getting off the bus in Notre Dame, like that ain't no football player.
Right.
Yeah.
Get off the bus. Oh, well, the Bills look like that squad. Now you got the other team there, like, damn.
Yeah. Hey, it's kind of like back in high school when you kind of sizing up the other team. You're like, hold on, let me see how big these guys are getting off the bus.
I remember
They
that.
come out too big. You're like, hold up, now we're gonna have to bring our A game. They came out kind of small.
We got this. Yeah, we got this.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to Keem about that. Keem looked like he was just waiting to chop up anybody. I don't care how big they were looking at him. He looking now like,
Ball player, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that ball player mentality, you know. Hey, but like I said, take a powerful call for a hot second, man. If you check me out over here on Facebook, All About the Bills on my personal page, hey, appreciate that. If you hit that like button, share a like. Tell a friend that hashtag AATB is in. Let's make this thing trend. If you check me out over there on Facebook, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and power bomb that notification bell for me, so you can make sure you stay up to date on all my all my newest content. All right, now let me go jump into these comment section. Got a few little comments piling up. Let's see what we got. Let me thumb through them. Check this one out. Cody Ford. Hold on. It didn't come up. Oh, Cody Ford says projected. Don't think he is just saying we have another possible wide receiver with Brown leaving. That's all. Okay, I guess he's checking in on that Isaiah Hodgins comment he made earlier.
Breaking news. Carl Lawson, 3 years, $45 million, New York Jets.
Ooh,
God.
There you go. Breaking news right on the air.
Corey Davis, Carl Lawson. That's not a bad get for the Jets, man. That's not a bad get. I like both those signings.
I mean, those are very solid signings. Hey, since you broke it, hey, Rich, I'm gonna let you take first. Well, I just know this is all about the business bit, but we broke live news. What do you think about this sign as far as like our division?
I think it's a great signing. I'll be a hater to say that's a bad signing, knowing that I wanted Carl Lawson my damn self, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah,
I
started buying into that Carl Lawson train myself. Like, you know what, Carl Lawson might not be too bad.
I think I think he's a dog. I think that he didn't start much, so it's always a little sketchy when a guy don't start. You don't see his full potential, but he gets to have that full potential with the New York Jets. And from the film, he looked like a dog. He looked like he have a high motor. He looked like he's relentless, and that's a good signing for the New York Jets. The New York Jets got better today, no question about it.
All right, Mike, what do you think?
All you can ask for in this league are dogs to play the defensive line. Carl Lawson don't quit. Quentin Jefferson just got better. Not Quentin Jefferson, Quentin Williams just got better with this signing.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to they're going to be coming after. We need to look at this draft. There's got to be some guys, because at least at our what guard spot is that we need?
I think it's the right guard. What is it, left or right? I'm not sure where Mongo was playing.
Left guard, because
left guard.
Mongo playing left guard.
Okay, so we hoping Cody Ford could be that right guard, right?
Okay. Yeah. All Cody got to do is lose a little weight and start chopping his feet, man. Cody can do it. He gets on this guy. He don't let go. I watched a thing on his college tape, and it was talking about how he frustrated pass rushers so bad because once they got into him, he ain't let go, and it was like a legal type holding. Man, if you get that and then he just chops his feet and moves them back a little bit, he's not a pancake guy. He's a move him this way, move him that way, give you a little space, So I'm fine with our line. It's just these defensive lines are gonna get better because they want to come after Josh, just like DM3 said, just like Brooks said. But they're gonna come after us hard, and we have to be ready for this war in them trenches this year.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely get it. Yeah. Are you in through, Mike? Go ahead.
I'm done. I'm reading this comment you just put up.
Yeah. Cody Wells said, I don't think they're done with tampering other guys' spot yet. One thing management has shown is they have an eye for offensive linemen being utilized out of place from other teams and bringing them in and shine. I won't be surprised if they bring in another guard for a cheaper FA who ends up breaking out. I mean, and you know what? That makes sense. I mean, Brandon Beane does that. He brings a guy in that maybe had first round expectations that came out of first round, maybe went through injuries, whatnot, maybe didn't fit the scheme or whatever, and he brings him in and he gets it for the cheap. Just like with Darrell Williams. He was supposed to be that guy coming out when he first was drafted. Injuries, all that good stuff. And then, matter of fact, I think he was kind of on our radar. What was that? And after the 18 season going into 19, and then we finally got him. He's in here. I was a big fan of him, but then they were talking about the injury thing. It kind of scared me out. But I like maybe not. But hey, I'm all for the Darrell Williams side.
Most definitely.
Let me throw through a few of these comments. Sis Brooks says Mongo's right guard. I think is he right guard? Yeah, I mean, I think.
I'm not. He might be right guard. He might be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He might be
right guard. He might be. Yeah.
He got paid because he can go right guard, left guard, and center.
Yeah. I mean, you need that versatility because in the long season, you never know what may happen. You need your guys. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody you can implement, put in. Hey, I can bring somebody else out to fill your spot, but hey, let me make sure that we got this position straight. All right, now let's move to the next one. All right, Feliciano Mongo. I went through that. Hold on. My bad. All right, now Morris, Addison, Butler, restructure. All right, now my first initial reaction was that I think back in the day when we had Mario Williams, we had Charles Clay, we signed these guys these bigger contracts. Now thinking, they come back to the table try to see if these guys would be structured, and these guys would selfishly say, "No, I don't want that. Y'all here, let me go." But then think about it. Hey, we want to win the team. The culture wasn't right? But now, fast forward to now, 2017 and better, we got the culture, trust the process. And a little side note, when McDermott came in with the trust the process, I was like, okay, that's the same thing. If my basketball watchers out there, if y'all know Philadelphia, he came in with that trust the process, and it was like still trash, and until they built it to what it is now. So I'm thinking like, okay, here he is. He's gonna be the trust the process guy of the NFL. But now you got me bought in. I'm a fan. So I know over there on like as far as the team, you got guys that are buying in. Now, okay, and then when I came up with the idea for this show, it was like before Addison even came back and signed. Mitch Morris, like they said, probably wasn't even up for being cut, who volunteered, you know what I'm saying, to come in and restructure. Then Addison, he agreed to restructure. Then Butler. Then now, I think Bean isn't through. We still got guys like Diggs, Beasley, Hughes, who may come back and restructure. So let me get you guys. What did you feel on that? As far as like that, everybody come back, restructuring, all that good stuff. All right, Mike, I'm gonna kick it to you first.
I'm feeling it. I sort of knew it was gonna happen with Morris, just because he seems like the type of player that if he couldn't have given it his all, he's looking for a way to give back. You know what I'm saying? And like, I know he feels bad about missing all them games with that concussion. So he was like, you know what? This is the least I can do. Now with Anderson and Butler, I'm pretty sure the conversation with them was, y'all either take this or that's it. Because
it's curtains.
Yeah. You can find 5 sacks and 2 sacks in the draft. And
yeah.
We could have got that for compensatory pick or something.
Yeah.
Like
I say, you got AJ Epinesa. They're probably gonna take another step this year.
Oh, it ain't no probably about that.
Ooh. Yeah. AJ, you got, huh?
Yeah. Y'all seen when I had my King Me draft things up? I know you seen.
Yeah.
AJ was on my my draft wish list when I first started up all about the Bills. I posted it out there. he was like, I think the first or second name up there, like in the reasonable, not like area where we probably draft somebody. So I was on the AJ train early.
I had my website up and I was like, well, he's somebody that's gonna have the announcer not being able to pronounce his name after he forced a fumble or get a sack.
Right.
Could that be us, Buffalo? And that was in January.
Yeah.
So when it came around, I ran to my website like, I'm gonna look like a genius.
Most definitely. Hey, Rich, what you got for me?
It's not the same old Bills. It's not the same old Bills. People want to stay and play here. They've been here. They understand the structure. They've been in the locker room. They know who is who. They know it's not a toxic place. You know, Buffalo is not the same Buffalo it was just 5-6 years ago. And we have guys that are not only willing to come to Buffalo, but we have guys that's willing to take less money to stay in Buffalo. So if I'm an impending free agent and I'm looking at what's going on with the Bills and I'm looking at all these guys restructuring, it has to be for good reason. Right? People are not going to take away mills out their pocket for bullshit reasons, right?
Yeah, most definitely. You got to be a reason. Go ahead and take money out of my pocket now.
You got to be a damn good reason, and a damn good reason is what I can still make this money in incentives. I have great working relationships with the guys that I'm with, and I have a actual realistic opportunity to win a damn Super Bowl. So when you have all of these plays in one, why the hell would I want to go elsewhere? So I just think that it's a new day in the Buffalo Bills organization when you see guys restructure.
Most definitely. Yep. I'm jumping this comment. Hey, my guy, Scott Reed. What up? What's going on, Scott Reed? What's going on? What you got? What you gonna say something, Mike?
I was just gonna say that's why I value A. Rich, because when I go off that feeling, he hits you with that straight up.
Yeah, most definitely. He hits you back with something. You know what I'm saying? He hits you with something that make you like, hold on, you know what? Let me think about it. Let me research it a little bit more. You know what I'm talking about? So I get you on that. Like, hold on. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Then DM3 may chime in. Hold on. Let me look at this thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just probably shooting off. Let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me really look at it without, you know what I'm saying, put my heart into it. You know what I'm saying? Let me take a pause for the calls. Once again, this is all about the Bills, Monday Night Mafia. If you check me out on Facebook, make sure you hit that like button, share a like. Hashtag AATB. Tell a friend that All About the Bills is in. Let's make this thing trend. If you're already checking me out on Facebook, let's make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Man, drop kick that notification bell for me so you can make sure you stay up. Yeah, I like that. So make sure you stay up to date on all my up-to-date content. All right, now. Let me check some of these comments. I see someone coming up. All right, Chris Fowler. Hello, guys from Montana. What's up, Chris Fowler? Appreciate you checking in, my guy. Appreciate that. What up with you? Also, my guy Cody Wells says Medicare got a year extension today to most likely help with cap space. Of course, just like how we just spoke on earlier. It's the culture now. These guys know that, you know, if I don't take a pay cut, then I might go somewhere else to a team like the Jets, like the Jaguars, who have all the money in the world. So, and you might not have a chance to even smell the playoffs. I'm not shitting on the Jets or the Jaguars, but it's just the truth right now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight up. Yeah, like you say, we call a spade a spade. You know what I'm talking about? So they looking at like, you know what? Let me kind of stay over here and go and take this pay cut. The cap is gonna blow back up. I might see that little change later on. You know what I'm saying? If I just stay loyal to the squad, I might see that money. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I think that goes into, like I said earlier, the culture. So now let's move on over. Free agent frenzy. So free agency frenzy. Let me thumb through my notes. All right, now I got a question for both of you guys. I'm gonna kick it to randomly. I'm gonna kick it my guy A. Rich. Let me make sure I get everything together. So I know you always stay rest.
Gotta
but
be.
if you like had to line to Brandon Bean, you know what I'm saying? Y'all drinking partners, y'all kicking buddies or whatever. What would be the player or players that you would sign with the money that we freed up? I don't know the Meta numbers. I know we're sitting at maybe 10-ish or so. Well, and let's just say Meta gave us back $2 million. Let's just do it like that. We got $10 million sitting out there. What is the player that you or players? If like on Jank Promotes, if this doesn't work, try this one. If this doesn't work, try that one. You know what I'm saying? You can have many as you want. So let's try that. So what players will you have been to look at, maybe /sign?
So 2 players, I'll give 2 players, one on the offensive side of the ball, one on the defensive side of the ball. One may be a little bit more realistic than the other, but let's start with the offensive side of the ball first. I think the offensive side of the ball is the more realistic one. Tight end Gerald Everett from the Rams. The theme of my offseason is fast, physical, and athletic. Everett fits that bill. Right, we're talking about a guy who could be a mismatch nightmare. He's big, he's fast, he's physical. The Rams, in my opinion, they didn't utilize him as much, and in my opinion, that helps. That helps with the cap number. They kept him hidden a little bit, but I think Gerald Everett has all the physical attributes to be a special weapon, especially with the Buffalo Bills. Dawson Knox, Gerald Everett as the 2 tight ends. I think they're both athletically gifted, and they would pose mismatch nightmares for opposing defenses. And a lot of people like John Brown, he brings that speed element. Well, tight ends, they open up the rest of the offense as well. It's not just about speed receivers. So it's possible that Gabriel Davis can be that number 2 receiver, because we're going to find that upgrade at the tight end position to work on the intermediate and the short routes, and to help Diggs get open, and to help Cole Beasley get open. So in my opinion, Gerald Everett would be the guy that reminds me of Jonnu Smith athletically, and wouldn't cost Jonnu Smith numbers, right? So that's one guy I got on the offensive side of the ball. On the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to pound the table again. And I could be wrong about this guy, but Jadeveon Clowney, 6'5", 240 pounds. You are defensive end that run at 250 or 60 pounds. You're 6'5", and you run a 4.5. That's something I can't ignore. Now, he has this knee injury that he went down with the Tennessee Titans, so I think that's going to bring his number down. I know that he was looking for a big number last year. He didn't get it. I think that number may be lower because of his injury and because of what's going on with the NFL's salary cap situation. And a lot of people would say, well, Jadeveon Clowney, he's overrated. He didn't live up to the hype, which is true. But does that mean he's not capable? Does that mean that he's not good? Jadeveon Clowney, in my opinion, if we sign him, we are automatically a better run defense team. Automatically. I think he sets the edge well. I think that he would get other guys involved in making plays. And I think overall, he would make the entire defense better. Big, fast, physical, athletic. Give me Jadeveon Clowney on the defensive side of the ball. Give me Gerald Everett on the offensive side of the ball, and let's see what happens this season.
Mike, I'm gonna kick it to you. Now, if you had, Brandon Bean, you had a direct line to him. Y'all drinking partners, so y'all kicking it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Bean, pick this phone up. You see my number. You know what I'm saying? Who would you have him pick? Like I said, if you can have a backup to whatever. You know what I'm saying? What players do you tell Bean to sign? Like I said, Metakevich has that 10, maybe he gave us maybe 2-3 million back. Let's just say we got 12 to play with. What player or players you have would you ask Bean or tell Bean to sign?
There's this defensive end linebacker from the Cardinals, Dennis Gardeck. 7 sacks with very limited snaps. So when I talk like MVP, if you ever hear me saying MVP, it's the real true sense of the word, most valuable. Now you would have to pay $3.2 million and a 2nd round pick for him. But for that production, in the way that he fits in the way that McDermott likes to play. Rotation. He didn't play that much and still got 7 sacks. He's not going to get any more snaps over here because he's like a Lorenzo Alexander type where he can come back off just a little bit, drop back into coverage just a little bit, not a lot. You don't want to get caught out there. But that production, that's more sacks than anybody he had on our line. You know, and they played more snaps than he did in a game, you know? So it's like, is it worth a second round pick? Well, what are you going to get in the second round this year?
You never know. It's a crapshoot.
Right. A rookie, if you decided to go defensive end, a rookie that you're going to have to groom for 2 or 3 years, because there is none out there besides Basham, I believe, that's going to give you 7 sacks.
Terrell Basham.
You think so? Boogie Basham? Boogie
Basham. So my favorite is Patrick Jones, I believe his name is. Patrick Jones III. But he's going to take time. And I'm looking at him 4th, maybe 3rd or 4th round. But Basham is ready to freaking come in and give you 7 or 8. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah.
Boogie Basham.
And this guy, you give up your second round, he costs $3 million, but he's guaranteed to be on your team, and we rotate, and it fits perfectly, and you know you can get him. All you got to do is match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it takes all the, and he doesn't have right of first refusal because they gave that to someone else. You know?
Yeah.
So,
I like it.
Now, you have anything more, Mike?
On offense, I haven't really thought about it too much. I'm not even gonna lie. I love defense. If you can't tell.
Hey, it's nothing wrong with that.
And
that's what wins championships. You know what I'm talking about? So now let me jump into mine. All right. So like the names that may jump off the page, like Yannick Ngakoue, Sheldon Richards, Trey Hendrickson. I already knew they were gonna be a little bit too pricey. Like I said today, what Yannick signed with the Vegas Raiders, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yep, I think so.
And Trey Henderson, he's getting offers from here and there. Sheldon Rankin, I haven't heard anything from. So I tracked down what everybody said was saying that we might kind of be in contact with. It was what Denico Autry. I checked them out. This is my first one. Yeah, this is my first one. If this don't work, I'm gonna try the next one. But so I'm with Denico Autry. Like last season, he had 33 tackles, 20 solos, 13 to 6, 7.5 sacks. I think coming off his last contract, we might can get him in here, maybe 1 year, 6.5, or how Bean likes it, maybe 2 years or so. Spread the money out a little bit, maybe 12, 11 million-ish or so. Let's see what we have. Maybe if he doesn't perform this year, we can get out of this contract. No sweat off our back. The cap regulates, goes back up. Then we can go out there and find us a dog. We need to. He's 31. He had at least. Say it again now, Mike.
He's gone.
Titans.
He gone. He out. He went to the Titans.
Yep.
I got the next. Hey, if this one don't work, let's try this. Hey, like I said, like if I was more opposed to Xavier Rhodes, Florida State and whatnot, but I seen he had 7.3 mil or whatnot on Spot Track. So if I think we have it's a lot of sexier or jazzier names out there. You got your Patrick Peterson, you got your Richard Shermans out there, you got your Casey Haywoods out there that may go in that first range. That first wave, you know what I'm saying? If we sit and be patient, we might can come back and maybe offer him something. Maybe 1 year, something like what we gave Josh Norman. You know what I'm saying? But I think he's probably decent enough. They gave him the money to probably play like CB1. He's not a CB1. He's probably could be a CB2. We got a CB1. We got Trey over here. But if he's not in play, I wouldn't mind a Malcolm Butler because he already has $4 million in dead money to the Titans. If I'm not mistaken, that dead money is what is already owed to the player. That's why it's on the books. You got to give it to that player because that's what they owe. So $4 million, we can swoop in $6 million? If we have to push it, $7 million to give him something just to be CB2 for a year or so. I'm down with that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that we could pull it off. Being, like they say, being the slickest cat shit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like a term in the South. But I think that we could probably pull something off like that on that term. Hey, Rich, you like that?
I like it. I like it, man. I like the assessment. I like the assessment.
Yeah. Let me get into these comments right quick. I see my guy, Jerry Reed, both here late. What are your thoughts on tight end Robert Tonyan? I'm gonna throw this one to Iron Mike first. What do you think? If I don't know, I haven't heard anything about Tonyan being like a target, like maybe in free agency, trade bait or whatnot. What do you think about if we could get a Tonyan in here?
He's played with Aaron Rodgers, so he knows expectations. I believe he's a pretty big body. I remember seeing a couple guys bounce off a couple times. So listen, right now, I believe Dawson Knox needs to learn the game. I asked myself, like, today I posted something about Dawson Knox in the group about Jonnu Smith, and his athletic numbers are right there with Jonnu Smith's. They're better than George Kittle's, right? So if that's the case, then what does he have to do? He has to learn. That's what's holding him back. He's not learning fast enough, or it's not that he's not physical enough. He doesn't.
Concentration issue.
Yep, he
just
has
just concentration issue. That's all.
Yep. And so with a tight end, when they come in, they have to learn 3 rooms: offensive line, tight end, and running back. Especially with Knox, because you see him, he pulls back into that. Remember Doran Dickerson? He pulls back into that H-back slot every now and then. So he's definitely in the 3 rooms. So his plate is big, right? So why not have a veteran in there who can bring him along, just a little bit while he's learning, and have him in that second? Because ask yourselves, like, as a second tight end, who's better than Dawson Knox?
I mean, nobody I think of. I think he'd be a solid number 2. If we could get maybe in the draft somebody like that to pair with him, I won't be opposed to that. Put him and Dawson Knox who run what they call a 12 personnel, 2 tight ends out there. I won't be opposed to that. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, to your point. Yep.
That's where, we were saying that I was saying that the linebackers were coming so fast downhill last year, right? What's a great way to make them pay for that? A tight end coming right out. And that's why I was so high on Jonnu, because Jonnu can block for 7 plays in a row like he did when he had Derrick Henry. And then once he goes down and you think he's going to block again, you pop it up over their head. Jonnu can take it 60. Lee Smith is great at that same exact thing, except Lee Smith can't take it 2 more yards once he catches the ball.
Yeah.
Dawson doesn't block well enough for people to fear that. I saw one game where he missed the inside block so bad, I was blaming the line. I was blaming Dawkins. I was like, Dawkins. Somebody pointed out to me, yo, Dawson was supposed to chip that dude. I'm like, I went back and watched it, like, dang, he didn't even get a finger on him. You know what I'm saying? So but I'm a Dawson Knox fan. I know when he learns the game, he's gonna excel. He's gonna be the guy that can get you 11 and 12 a catch. So but he needs a veteran with him. He can't be right in 1. He hasn't earned it.
I like that assessment. I like that. Hey, Rich, what do you think about if we could, get a Robert Tonyan, maybe even, fingers crossed, Zach Ertz in here. Hey, I thought that, like you said, let's play devil's advocate. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, what would you think about that?
I know DM3 is high on Zach Ertz. It all depends on the compensation. That's the biggest component to me. What are we giving up to get this guy? If we're giving up a mid-round pick, then I would do it. Second round pick for Zach Ertz, I'm not too sure.
No, not just too comfortable with that. Like you said, I seen that somebody posted in the chat that he might be 3rd, maybe 4th round. I'd give up that. Play around with the 4th round, see what they like, see how they feel about it, then throw them a future. But like you said, to your point.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about Zach Ertz. Robert Tonyan is a guy that I think he's a restricted free agent, but he's a guy that I wouldn't mind having on the roster. I think I want a more athletic body at tight end, like a Gerald Everett.
Everett.
But yep, like Everett. I want that kid. I want Gerald Everett. That's what I really want. That's what I hope we get, Gerald Everett. But Robert Tonyan is better than Tyler Croft, right? So I think that that will be an upgrade. If we could find some type of upgrade that's better than Dawson Knox right now, but at the same time Dawson Knox we hope can get better, then I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Robert Tonyan wouldn't be a bad get at all if Gerald Everett is not available.
And let me throw this one out there. Go ahead, Mike. Before I hit you with that. Go ahead.
Croft to pay for his hospital bills. He came here to rehab.
What you gonna say?
But check this out. But what? Let me throw this out there. What about a Kyle Rudolph? I mean, you know how they love to have their veterans in each room. Kyle Rudolph is. I understand he's not the Kyle Rudolph we're used to. You know what I'm saying? He's not being able to perform at the level we're used to. What if, like, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen with Sweeney. Are we gonna draft another tight end? What if we grab, like, say, somebody like a Kyle Rudolph that can complement or even work with Dawson Knox and maybe help groom them? You know what I'm saying? Just be that veteran presence. Because we figure to lose Lee Smith.
I think
you know what I'm saying. Lee Smith, so we need somebody in there to help groom the young guy. All right, Mike, I'm gonna kick it to you. What do you think about Kyle Rudolph then?
I wouldn't die over it. I think he'd be serviceable and he'd teach. I know he has plenty of knowledge. If nothing else, he has plenty of knowledge. But I also think this change of scenery would get him back into that mode of competing and playing good football. So I take it. If I woke up to that in the morning, I'd be like, "Yo, Bean went somewhere."
Most definitely. Hey, Rich, what you got?
So if I had to put it in tiers, I'll have Gerald Everett, then I have Robert Tonyan, and then I'll have Kyle Rudolph. I wouldn't be opposed to Kyle Rudolph, for the simple fact that I am Mike alluded to. I think out those three, I think he would be the best teacher. I think he's willing to be during practice. Hey, Dawson Knox, come here.
Yeah,
see how you ran. See how you ran. See how you ran that. See how you ran that route. You want to take a little off that, or you see how you ran that route. You want to make sure you run that route past the first down mark, or you see how you do this. I think Kyle Rudolph would teach him a lot of fundamentals during practice and how to be a professional. So I think he would be good in that retrospect. At the same time, I don't think that Kyle Rudolph would be a threat to the offense. I don't think opposing defenses would say, "Hey, look out for Kyle Rudolph." You know, so that that's who I want from the tight end position. A guy that can, hey, if you don't watch this guy, if you don't pay attention to this guy, he's going to eat you up. And I don't think Kyle Rudolph fits that bill. So because of that, I'm kind of but he would be an upgrade because he can help Dawson Knox.
What if
go ahead, Mike.
What if they did Dawson 20-20 and Rudolph the red zone?
Yeah, that's possible. That's where Rudolph is dangerous right there. That red zone, right?
Yeah. Most definitely red zone extra. But like you say, I was more or less going on. Maybe we get a mentor. We're gonna lose Lee Smith, retirement, release, whatever's gonna happen with him. So let's bring somebody else in who's done it at a Pro Bowl level. They have the same skill set, like you said, and allude to what you said, hey, Rich. Like, hey, somebody who can tell you, hey, this is how you run this route right here. You know what I'm saying? With your size, build, hand catches, ability, you should be able to do this, and this. Somebody who can kind of be that big brother. Because let's get it like what in Josh's growth development. I mean, even when he was here, he had what? Derek Anderson. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even put Nate Peterman on. It's not even throwing Nate Peterman out there. But you had Derek Anderson out there. Then you had the cheerleader, Matt Barkley, which, hey, that's a whole nother show. I can have a rant.
That's a whole, of course.
But, you had somebody who was in his ear, be able to see the field from this side. And, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, help build or grow that young cat. That's what I think that maybe we can do. You know what I'm saying? Go out for maybe a Kyle Rudolph if a Zach Ertz is in the play. I'm kind of on the train with that Zach Ertz. I wouldn't mind having Zach Ertz. It depends on what they want from him. But if they want too much, it's a little bit too rich for our blood. Now we just let it ride. You know what I'm saying? We'll grab somebody else. You know what I'm saying? We can grab a Pat Fairmouth, second, third round or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, moving along. Let's move over. All right, now I'm gonna throw another one out there. I'm gonna ask y'all. So, as we know, recently Dak Prescott. Let me make sure I throw through my notes. He 4 years, 160.
Yep.
126 guaranteed. And I think I read somewhere where they said it could be like 75 million in the first year. Damn, let me hold something. Let me hold something, man.
Facts.
It's a recession out here. Let me hold something.
Facts. Yo. that would be crazy.
But I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna kick it to King Mike first. So, Mike, what do you think that sets Josh Allen in his contract per year? And I want to say that Dak is maybe 39 a year, 40 a year. Yeah. So where you think that sits? Where do you think this is, Josh?
Depends on what he does his first 6 games, because that extension gonna come in between there, and he can either raise it and it can go out the roof, like if he starts off like last year, Dak's contract ain't gonna be able to touch him, because it shouldn't be able to touch him, right? He's proven that now he has learned this thing, and for what I think Josh carried a mediocre offense. He carried a mediocre offense. We were mediocre. You put any other quarterback in there, the only person that would have ate was Diggs. Knox wasn't going to eat. The running backs didn't eat anyways.
Yeah.
John Brown wouldn't have ate because they wouldn't have been able to. Gabe Davis wouldn't have matured into what he matured into. Josh made that offense. Josh made up for some mistakes. Josh made up for play calling by Dable. Like, he just makes it look good. In this first 6, if he does that again, he getting paid.
Yeah, most definitely. I like it. Hey, Rich, you know, Dak got 39, 40 or so. Where you think his contract may sit?
Now, I know that Dak has been in the league a year or two longer, and I know he has some success. But in my opinion, Dak Prescott can't shine Josh Allen's shoes.
I'm liking it.
He cannot shine Josh Allen's shoes. So if I think of it like that, right? And he's kind of small, he can't do the things Josh Allen could do, right? So if I'm thinking it like that, I'm like, Dak Prescott got 4 years, $160 million. Josh Allen, 5 years, $250 million, $50 million a year. 5 years, $250 million for Josh Allen. That Patrick Mahomes got $500 million. He got $500 million. Yeah, he's not going to get that. He's not going to get that. But if Dak Prescott got 160, I think Josh Allen is a generational talent.
200.
5 years, $250 million. And if he gets less than that, that's because Josh Allen, he understands it's a business and he wants to keep the Buffalo Bills good. So anything less than that, he's
taking a pay cut. He's
doing Tom Brady what he used to do with the Patriots kind of thing. If he takes anything less than that, 5 years, $250 million.
If Dak throws a ball and they say, "Damn, he threw that like Josh Allen," that's a compliment. But if Josh Allen throws a ball and they say, "Dang, he threw that like that," that ain't no compliment.
Some trash. And just to piggyback on what y'all was saying, I mean, it's like, I think they need to go ahead and get that deal done now, because I think the trajectory that he's on, being straight up with you, it's gonna cost you more in the future. Like hey, Richard said, what you said about 250 or more. Hey, you better go ahead and make sure you get something. Yeah, you better make sure you get something in place now. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, he go out there and have the same type of season. It's gonna cost you about 10 million or so more, 20 million or so more. You go ahead and get that deal done now and in place. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, it's gonna get a little bit more expensive on you, and you don't want a guy like that to walk out the door, especially after having back-to-back MVP type of season. But now we've been going on 119 here. Hey, I like this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we vibing. We vibing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think y'all go a little bit longer? You know what I'm saying? Most definitely.
It's up to you,
All right,
bro.
Mike.
It's up to
Hey,
you,
I'm
bro.
feeling it. I'm feeling
I'm
it.
with it.
Okay. Take a pause for the call. If you rocking with me over on Facebook, hey, hit that like button. Hit that share button. Hey, tell a friend that hashtag AATB is in. Let's make this thing trend. If you're over there on Facebook, if you're rocking with me over there, you like the content I'm bringing, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop kick that mother that notification bell. Pardon
Most
my
definitely.
French. But you know what I'm saying? Let's get into a few of these comments, see what's going on over here. I got a few of them over here. Let's see. I saw a good one. Okay. My guy Chris Fowler says Rudolph will be too expensive. What do y'all think? Y'all think Rudolph be too expensive at that age?
I don't think so. You got Stephon Diggs. Hey, big fella, let me talk to you for a second. Just like he did JJ Watt, I think Kyle Rudolph will be more receptive than JJ Watt, being that they played together. Kyle Rudolph is an older player. Kyle Rudolph been with the Minnesota Vikings. He had a taste of the playoffs. I'm pretty sure he wants to get back there. I don't think he will be that expensive at all. I think the Buffalo Bills would be able to afford him if they choose to want Kyle Rudolph.
Most definitely. All right, Mike, you want to take it?
If you're looking at expensive in terms of what we can afford to pay somebody, maybe. But he's not going to be expensive money, like just straight dollars to cents. Mm-hmm. No, he does. There's nothing about him that says expensive. And that's why he's not really high on my list, because there's nothing that makes me say, well, dang, we would have to pay Kyle Rudolph this amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not going to garner much attention in free agency.
But if you value mentorship, then pay him.
He's very valuable to this team. Mm-hmm. Like, let me jump to the next comment. Thanks, guys. Keep up the awesome work. Go Bills. Go Bills. Most definitely. Appreciate you checking in, Jerry Reed. All right. Let me get into one more comment. Let me see what's going on. All right. Honestly, guys, what holes can we fill in free agency and in the draft? Something realistic. Let me go with that one first. I'll say there's a lot of DBs out there. I think we need to go ahead and slam the door on that. What you call it? A Rich, the revolving door at CB. Yeah, at CB2. Mm-hmm. Let's go and slam that door, and let's find somebody who's solid. Like I said, I won't mind the Malcolm Butler or Xavier Rhodes, somebody who can put over there maybe a year or two, draft somebody, or if Dame Jackson is that really that guy, he can be mentored by whoever we bring in, plus Trey White. So let me kick it to you, A Rich. What you think?
Something realistic holes we could fill free agency or the draft. We like Draper just said, number 2 cornerback is, in my opinion, vital. It's been vital for some years now. So if we could find a way to upgrade that position, I think we should. We're not. It don't look like Levi Wallace is coming back, so I think that it makes it more of a pressing need to have that number 2 cornerback. And if Levi Wallace don't come back, I may go as far as to say that might be our first round draft selection. Yeah. If Levi Wallace doesn't come back, because we don't have Josh Norman. He's a free agent, and as much as we love Dane Jackson, we got to bring in some competition for him, right? Mm-hmm. So I think cornerback is one of them things that have to be addressed. Another position that could be addressed is safety linebacker hybrid. I think we got to find that hybrid guy, because we still struggle to cover tight ends and running backs and certain things out the backfield, right? So we have to see if we can find a guy that can be a hybrid linebacker, safety in free agency or the draft, so we can be better equipped to cover tight ends like Travis Kelce and Darren Waller and every tight end we played last year bust our ass. Anthony Frisker, Mike Gesicki, so we have to bring. So we have to find a way. And as much as I love Matt Milano, we still have to find a way to improve that side of the ball in terms of covering and not being a liability against tight ends. So those are two positions I think we definitely need. And of course, as much as I love Cody Ford and I think the organization wants Cody Ford to start, we're going to have to get a guard to compete with Cody Ford at some point, whether it's free agency or the draft. So those are three key positions I'm definitely looking at. Offensive line, a hybrid safety, and a linebacker, and a number 2 corner.
All right, Mike, I'm gonna give you a go with it. What you think?
So I would not have said before Bean was at Clemson that running back was the most pressing thing we needed.
Mm-hmm. But
drafting Travis Etienne answers every question we have about our O-line. He's a 4-4. No, 4-4, right?
Yep.
Can get down to the 4-3s. He's shown that, right? So he can come out of the backfield catching it. He can, if there's a hole, he's gonna get there, right? So if we draft him and there is nothing and he can't find a way, we know it's an O-line type issue, right? Mm-hmm. So, and I already think it's an O-line issue. So I would be going cornerback, offensive guard, and I would draft cornerbacks and offensive guard and maybe a safety. That's it. I would try to get as much of those positions as I can, and throw a wide receiver in there. That's all I would be looking at. Maybe guard the most pressing thing that we need, but I wouldn't be upset. This is a pick from my heart if we drafted Brevin Jordan.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just because I was watching him and Jonnu like side by side on my computer screen. And man, I just love guys who can take it 20 and 30 off of 5, because you can't lock somebody down from 5-yard catches. You don't even try to. You let them and then hope you can come up and lay the wood.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. And it's funny. And it's funny that you say that. That leads right into my next topic. All right, now I'll start with you, Iron Mike, because you seem like you got a little you got a little something left in the tank. So who would be your top 3 draft wish list? Mike, I'm gonna let you go first.
So you know how I said offensive guard, Deion Brown. There's something about him, or the dude out of Alabama. I'm not sure if his name is Deion Brown. His name.
DeAndre Brown, I think. I know you're talking about. Yeah.
His feet are a little slow. I was watching some tape, and there was I can't remember the defensive end who just made him look silly. Oh, it was a 6'7". There's a 6'7" defensive end who runs like a 4.3, but he ain't going till the 7th because he's a project. Y'all should look at him. But so Deion Brown, or whatever his name is, Patrick Jones out of Boston. Patrick Jones III out of Boston College. And man, Asante Samuel Jr. is going on me. Because I don't think
FSU, you know what it is.
So, you gotta think like you need a cornerback who's gonna take chances. Tre'Davious is that sticky guy, right? So that other guy has to be the guy who says, you know what, I'm gonna jump this route. I didn't nobody do that better than Asante Samuel. So maybe his son got a little bit of that in him.
Right. Yeah. I like Sante.
Hey, Rich, what you got? Your top 3 draft wish list.
So top 3 draft wish list. I'm gonna name 3. I think we have other needs, but I think they get addressed in free agency. For example, tight end. I think that we could improve tight end, whether it's free agency or the draft. But I'm thinking, I could be wrong, obviously, but I'm thinking they want a veteran tight end. You know, I don't know if they want another young guy to pair with Dawson Knox. I could be wrong, but since I'm thinking veteran, I'm gonna stay away from tight end as far as the draft. So top 3 wish list. We need to find competition for Cody Ford at guard. So I would definitely draft a guard within the first 3 rounds. I think that's important. I think it's imperative, and we can't hand any spots to Cody Ford because he didn't do nothing to deserve anything handed to him. So one is guard. I got to go back to corner. right? Because I'm tired of the revolving door. Let's get somebody in there. We have Micah Hyde locked up for the foreseeable future. We have Jordan Poyer and Tre'Davious White locked up for the foreseeable future. Let's find somebody to pair with those guys and lock up the entire secondary for the foreseeable future. So I think that's another get. And I've been talking hybrid linebacker safety, but I also think that wide receiver could be in play as well. Defense wins championships, but offense helps along as well. And when I look at Kansas City Chiefs and I see Tyreek Hill and I see Sammy Watkins, I look at Tampa Bay with Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown and Evans. I'm like, shit. You need weapons. You need solid players. You need explosive players on the offensive skill positions. And John Brown is not here no more. So if we keep that 30th pick, and if a wide receiver is there, that's explosive. Kadarius Toney, if a guy like that is there, if Kadarius Toney is there, he's a Gator. I don't know how Draper feel about Gators.
Hey, hold on, now. As long as they can help the Bills win, all things will be forgotten. Everything will be forgotten as long as they have the Bills win.
If he's there at round 1, pick 30, he might be a guy that we have to pull the trigger on because he's an explosive player. So those are 3 positions I'm looking at.
They don't.
Yeah,
most definitely. All right, my top 3, my just wish list. If we can get anywhere in the draft, I like Gregory Rousseau. I'm liking Pat Fairmouth. I'm liking my guy Richie Grant. Now I don't know what they have. Yeah, I don't know what they have him set at, Richie Grant. I mean, because what I seen, he's like a physical tackler, can play in the box and in coverage. He can cover tight ends, slots. He seems like he's the Peanut Punch artist. You know what I'm saying? He went to the Peanut Punch artist school of artistry, and it seemed like the day one he could be like maybe a day one fit. Maybe if like we can get somebody get him to fall to round 30, my honorable mention would be Zaven Collins. What y'all think about Zaven Collins? Y'all like him? Y'all dislike? Y'all rock on or what? I've been on the Zaven Collins train for a minute.
when I watched it, so you put me on to him. I watched him. I fell in love. But I'm like, do we really need Zaven? Is he big enough for is he big enough for Kelsey? Is he gonna have to learn the NFL how to cover Kelsey? Because Kelsey just don't beat you on speed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. A lot of trickery from being in the league, most definitely.
So, I mean, like I said, once again, if I went to sleep and woke up and we had Zaven Collins in the first, I ain't gonna say nothing bad.
I like Zaven Collins. He's big though, right? He's 250, 260. He's big. It'll be interesting to see where we would put him. But I believe he's a good football player, and when you have good football players, you're going to find spots to play good football players, right? So we did it with Lorenzo Alexander, whether he was playing DE or pass rush situations or he was playing linebacker. So maybe Zaven Collins could come in and fill a similar role. So I like Zaven Collins. He's big, athletic. He fits my theme.
You know who I want at middle linebacker for us this year?
Who that?
Justin Zimmer. Let him come downhill and blow up that center.
Athletic defensive tackle. I like Justin Zimmer. I like him.
All right, now before we get out of here, Iron Mike, tell people where they can find you and your social media platform.
I be hanging around Built in Buffalo, but y'all know my thing is King Me Sports, baby. So y'all can find me in the King Me Sports Talk group. My Facebook page is King Me Sports Network, but my team is Built in Buffalo.
Most definitely. Hey, Rich, you still with us? Hey, Rich. I think his feed went out. But like I said, if you rocking with the content over here, you can check me out over aatb.buzzsprout.com. You can listen to the podcast from that interface, or you can I'm on Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those good places. The only one I'm not on is Apple Music. That's the only one I'm not on. You can go to the aatb.buzzsprout.com. Hey, Rich, you still with us?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, let them know where they can reach you on. My Built-in Buffalo teammate.
Yeah, ma'am. I apologize. I don't know what happened. I just lost reception. I don't know what the hell happened. But yeah, you can find me King Rich _987 on Instagram, Twitter. My handles are the same. Built in Buffalo. You can find me on Built in Buffalo. You can find me anywhere that's associated with Built in Buffalo, King Me Sports Talk, all about the Bills. You can find me anywhere where there's associated with the rest of my family, man. So hey Draper, I really appreciate you having me on. This was a great show. This was fun.
Appreciate
It
it.
was
Most
informative. My brother Iron Mike came on. He did his wealth of knowledge. He was funny. He was entertaining. We definitely have to do this. We definitely have to do this again, fellas. I really
most definitely.
y'all.
We can do it again. We can do this again. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all about fam. You know what I'm saying? I just like the fact that we can all get together as Bills fans and talk and and chop it up. You know what I'm saying, about the state of the team. So
definitely,
before we get out of here, most definitely, hey, we out of here like last year. Peace. Go Bills.